Hello, hi YouTubers. Hi, I'm Rock, and I'm coming back at you with another live stream. And in today's live stream, will be well, the big question is, can a pocket-sized drone, which is this T-Motortron 80, whoop HD, fly like a 5-inch, or more like acro or freestyle like a 5-inch? The big question for me when I purchased this 40 or 80 millimeter whoop was was it would it be able to do acro or like rows and flips, rows and flips, or even inverted yaw spins, um, Rubik's cube? I know it could fly well and could fly very well indoors, but I think if this was able to fly acro or do freestyle, you would have much more fun, and you folks will be very surprised how well this pocket size FPV drone um, can acro or freestyle. But before I get to that, I just wanted to uh, go over some points and also let you know if you're interested in this Tron 80 Whoop HD from T-Motor. The link to the T-Motor hobby store is in the description box below. So if you want to check it out, go check it out. Just click the link in the description box below. So I guess one of my first point is um, this is if if you ever wanted to get into um, flying FPV drones and you always and you wanted to know which is the best drone or quad to get, this is it right here. Um, I wish this drone was out when I first started getting into FPV. This would have saved me a whole lot of money, but it is what it is. So yeah, perfect or best first FPV drone to get you started in FPV uh, drones. It flies excellent indoors. Um, Indoors, you don't have to worry about wind, so you don't really get that much jello in your video feed. But if you take this outside and you fly outside and there's wind, um, you're gonna experience a lot of jello in your FPV goggles. Um, if you're flying indoors, I recommend flying in angle mode because you get more control and the quad does fly um, a bit tad slower, which is perfect for beginners. Um, but when you fly in acro mode, um, this thing can move. I mean, it's really fast. It's pretty quick. Um, so and the best LiPo battery to use on this is a uh, either a 2S or 3S. I prefer the 3S, 450 milliamp LiPo battery. I wouldn't go above 450 milliamps unless you could get 550 or 650 milliamp, pretty close to how much the 450 milliamp battery weighs. I've been flying this thing on a 450 milliamp 3S LiPo battery. Flies excellent. But I noticed when I tried the 650 milliamp 3S LiPo battery, uh, it felt like I was flying from a 4S to a 6S. And this quad, um, better performance with a bigger milliamp battery. The only thing with better performance, the quad's a lot faster and the battery's a lot heavier. If you crash, you most likely will break something um, flying the 650 milliamps because of the faster quad. It makes the quad faster, and the more weight on the quad, you're bound to get into some kind of destruction. And I guess the one big it's a big plus and a big downside is these polycarbonate prop guards. I noticed that they do have a lot of flex in them, and then and it has this carbon fiber frame, which is solid, a solid piece. So what will happen is if you're flying in acro mode and for some reason you land or crash at a certain angle, like for example, if you're punching out and you did a roll and for whatever reason you feel safe or you crash and you landed like at the side of this prop right here or like this. So what happened is this will bend and snap back and the impact will all go into the carbon fiber arm right here, this part right here, and that will eventually break if you keep crashing that way, because like I said, there's a lot of flex, and the impact or the force or the energy has to go somewhere, and it's gonna find the weakest link on this quad, and that is the weakest link is the carbon fiber frame because it's a solid piece and it um, carbon fiber can break, and I know because every time when I fly a FPV drone, no matter if it's a uh, 40 millimeter or a 5 inch, um, the arms will break eventually. I mean, just due to wear and tear, and like I said, over time, if you keep crashing on here or even back here, um, like in this angle, including with the battery, it just adds more to the impact or the force, and because this is flexible, all the energy is going to bounce off and find the weakest link, like I said, the carbon fiber arms, and will just snap. Um, but T Motor does has T Motor do it does does T Motor has replacement parts for this FPV drone focus. So on the website they have the replacement for the prop guards and then the carbon fiber frame, and I guess when you purchase the polycarbonate prop guards, it also comes with the camera mount. Um, and with the camera mount, I think I wish it was more solid, but it's flexible. So, and it if if you're flying and there's a lot of wind, um, it does create like a wind tunnel between the camera lens and the camera mount, and this will just the camera mount will just keep vibrating, and then you experience a lot of jello. So, I did put uh, O-rings to try to dampen the vibrations. Um, it helped a little bit, but not a whole lot. So, I mean, it is what it is. Nothing can ever be perfect. And then, if you ever need to purchase props for this guy, it comes with two set of four props. But these are the props that T-Motor recommends. These are the Gem Fan, 40 millimeter, 1636 prop, and there's two different sizes for the center shaft or the center hole. Uh, this one has the center shaft where you mount the props onto is a 1.5 millimeter, and then so you make sure you don't buy the 1 millimeter hole props. And I think that's basically what I wanted to cover on this Tron 80. Yeah, hopefully I got my notes here. Funny. I was I had this all perfectly down before I went on live stream, and then once I got on live stream, my mind went totally blank. I just didn't know how to present it, didn't know how to talk. Now I'm talking all gibberish, but it's okay. But yeah, this is an excellent beginner quad, excellent first FPV drone. Flies amazing inside. Um, on default PIDs, it flies excellent. Um, the rates are perfectly set for a beginner. Um, The only thing I didn't I haven't got the chance to tune this quad, and I haven't raised the rates yet on this quad, so it has a lot of potential, a lot of potential. Once I tune this quad and raise the rates to my preference, well, it's gonna be crazy. Hey B01, how's it going? Hope you're having well, for me it's an evening, so wherever you live. Hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, or great night. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much that's all I wanted to cover on this drone, on this T-Motortron 80 HD. So I do have flight footage, and I wanted to share you folks with this flight footage just to show you what this pocket-sized FPV drone is capable of in acro mode. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Got to turn on the mic. As you can see, uh, this quad flies amazing. Uh, you can't even tell looking at the flight footage that I was flying a pocket-sized FPV drone. Seems like I was more like flying a 5 inch. And no, this wasn't footage from my 5 inch. It was footage, actual footage from this little guy, this pocket-sized FPV drone. As I said, it flies amazing. And I was flying the PIDs and rates was exactly what it was. What it came out of the box. I didn't do any pit tuning yet. Didn't raise the rates. So this little guy has a lot of potential. I'm pretty excited once I do the tuning and um, raise the rates. What this quad can do, it probably can do inverted yaw spins and Rubik's cubes. The only thing, if you fly outside and you're pretty aggressive and um, I pretty aggressive, you probably end up breaking the carbon fiber frame. If you fly outside, like say you probably because the crashes will be a lot more um, harsh. But this guy handled so far so good. Um, but I know something will eventually break if I keep flying the way I flew it outside. Um, but yeah, it flies amazing. Um, if you fly indoors, you probably end up breaking the prop guards, the front here, because you'll keep on bumping into things, hard surfaces. So this will eventually break over time because of wear and tear, uh, and it's less likely you'll break the carbon fiber frame. Um, but it just all depends how you fly. If you're flying it full speed straight into the wall, and then the carbon fiber frame will break. but but we're not gonna do that, aren't we? But yeah, it flies amazing out of the box. Great for FPV beginner. Great for being your first FPV drone. Um, yeah, highly recommend this FPV drone. The only thing is, if you're gonna buy this FPV uh, pocket-sized drone, I recommend buying spare carbon fiber frames and spare prop guards. Uh, I know it will break. It will break. I mean, it's gonna break. Um, just depends, how you fly, and then like I said, you in order to fly this, you would have to bind it to a DJI FPV goggle, and also a DJI FPV remote control. If you don't have a DJI FPV remote control, you can also bind it to a receiver that uses UART, like S Plus, TBS Crossfire, even like the Spectrum's. Forgot what Spectrum's protocol is, but um, yeah, and many others. So, um, and that's about it. Hope you folks enjoyed this live stream. Probably see more flight footage or flight videos um, on this Tron 80 uh, Whoop HD in the future. So, to my next live stream, take care and aloha, shaka, and I'm out.